It's been over 50 years since Tommie Smith and John Carlos raised their fist at the 1968 Olympics, becoming one of the most impactful and controversial displays of free speech in sports history. Here with me to break it all down are NBA legend Chris Bosh.
Thanks for having me.
And strong safety for the Denver Broncos, Kareem Jackson.
Thank you.
Welcome. What was your reaction to the film upon seeing it?
To see how it was already kind of a subject of conversation amongst the athletes. To train for your whole life, have the dream of competing in the Olympics, and then have that in question because people want to boycott the games because of what's going on back home. I mean, it was very admirable to see how everyone was on the same page with their organization. But most importantly, when the moment of truth came for those gentlemen to make a stand, they made a stand.
I just thought it was just an incredible gesture to go out and to display that strength. It was incredible.
Chris, let's talk about your platform and how you use it to express your point of view. What's that been like?
It's been an adventure for sure. That's a part of what we sign up for. America is a great country. One of the things that makes it great is right to free speech. But with that said, you kind of have to really be ready for anything. And, you know, if you're saying some things that are speaking on change, you have to understand that everybody is not going to understand that. They're not going to like that.
So, Kareem, is there an obligation for black athletes to speak out, or do you feel as though black athletes can take it upon themselves to opt out and just say nothing at all and just play the game?
Me, I felt obligated, to use my platform, and it's not for me. It's for the guys after me. It's for my daughters. I think it was right after the George Floyd murder. We had a team meeting, and in the meeting, I told the guys, we could sit and we could talk till we're blue in the face, but we have to take action. We have to put some into action, and then that's where we arranged this march as a team. So it was all about taking action for us. We grew up in these same neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I speak for others that don't have a voice?
We've seen in the news lately a lot of black protests during sports, BLM, all this, racial reckoning. There also at times is white protest. What do you feel is the difference in the reaction that you see to white protests versus black protests?
There's a difference. Let's not act like there's not.
Who gets to say what's patriotic and what's not?
I'm still trying to figure out who gets to say what's patriotic and what's not.
If you want to peacefully protest, you shouldn't be ostracized for that. If you're spreading a positive message like Cap was doing. And he did a wonderful job in explaining exactly what was happening. That particular narrative got spun all the way out of control, became a sensationalized thing in the media. So we're not even talking about police brutality anymore.
In Cap's, situation with him kneeling, and the way he was scrutinized, fast forward now, and you see it all around the league, even the white guys that are joining, their brothers on the field. And when they do it now, it's clearly for support.
No matter what you do, though, in a way, it feels like you do lose a certain amount of people. At some point when you have made statements, have you kind of had to get yourself ready for that and just be okay with that?
Yeah, of course. Anything can be taken out of context or not understood. So you always have to be clear in your message.
Maybe athletes are set up for this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you're always going to have haters. So it's like you're used to it. You're used to it then. But you have to just go ahead and do it anyway.
Backlash. No matter what you do, somebody's going to always have something negative to say about it. You have to, know exactly what point you're trying to get across, and also you have to be willing to accept the backlash that you're going to get from it, because you're going to get some backlash.
Do we think that the protesting is working? We've seen change, but have we seen progress? And where do we see it going next?
I think it's all about consistency. It is working because we're talking about it.
It has to be something that's constantly talked about. These leagues, they have the Black Lives Matter T-shirts. Before now, we didn't have any of that. My team, we have the T-shirts. Every week we're having meetings and talking about different things we can do in the community where we can, possibly donate money here or donate our time and continue to educate ourselves and educate the communities.
You have to have a great deal of patience for something like this because you're asking the world for a lot. MLK said that the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, but my God, is that a huge arc, isn't it? I wish it was just like a blip. It'd be great. Listen, there is no right way when it comes to how to speak out and where to do it, whether it's on the field or off the field or in the streets, but we can all agree that we all need to work together. And it's these conversations and tough discussions that can help us get there. I will give you the final word.
We have to continue to be consistent in what we do and just taking action.
I implore everyone to, exercise their voice, be positive, organize when you can organize, but most importantly, educate yourself.
Chris, Kareem, thank you for these very powerful and inside takes. You put in high relief what it means to be an athlete with a conscience in 2021.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Come back next month when we watch another great film and take a deep dive into the issues. Until then, I'm Jordan Carlos.